Southwest at O'Hare. I was on one of the very first flights and commented that I felt it had great potential, but they needed to iron out the kinks. Others didn't share my optimism, saying that Southwest would stand no chance against United and American, and that O'Hare didn't offer anything special.
Flashback.
Good freaking luck.
I watched a video by Sandspotter where he thinks that Southwest has no chance at O'Hare. He believes that American and United won't let them compete. Respectfully disagree.
There's nothing left at O'Hare in regards to innovative and profitable new routes for them to focus on.
Amazing. Every word of what you just said was wrong. End of flashback.
Well, it's been over a year. They've got a new terminal concourse, the planes are going out 100% full, and they've expanded massively.
How's that working out for you?
Now, I'm not just here to gloat or anything, but let's see what it's like to fly Southwest out of Chicago O'Hare's Terminal 5 as they continue to move in on this flight to Orlando. Terminal 5 is undergoing a major renovation, not just for Southwest, but for everyone. Delta has also just moved in, and I'll be covering that shortly, so be sure and be subscribed for that. Still, it's the awkward red-headed stepchild of the airport. The CTA Blue Line doesn't go there. You need to take the People Mover to the main terminals for an awkward connection. The off-airport parking shuttles don't serve it regularly, and you need to call them to get picked up. They've finally added a dedicated TSA pre-check line, but security was still quite long. They also were in the process of adding Clear, which hopefully should be open by now. Lounges in Terminal 5 are limited to the Delta Sky Club, the SAS Lounge, and the Swissport Lounge. I've joked that it's impossible to get in there with Priority Pass in multiple videos now. But hell really did freeze over, and I was allowed in. It was incredibly underwhelming, small and dated. It's really not even worth it, frankly. What a shame. I hope it gets renovated and expanded as part of the construction. Things are constantly changing as construction progresses, and since my British Airways video, Southwest has now moved further to the far end of the terminal, requiring quite the hike to get there. The concessions haven't yet arrived, and the seats were still being installed. Still, the architecture was quite retro, sort of like the old TWA terminal at JFK or Dulles Airport. I explained in my video on why I thought Southwest would succeed at O'Hare that a large factor was the ability of Southwest to expand the market. I was correct. The one downside, though, was that means many people had no idea how Southwest boarding worked, clogging things up with their seat positions or looking for C-15 on the aircraft. The gate agents, too, were also very new and didn't have the same level of humor and grace of the agents at Midway. Hopefully, they'll learn in time. The aircraft was an older 737-700. While the overhead bins were smaller, that means the seats were more comfortable than the newer ones. I've covered the interiors of Southwest in other videos, so please see those for further details. Flying time was 2 hours and 15 minutes at 38,000 feet. Since I've done this flight many times before, let's talk about why Southwest isn't going anywhere at O'Hare. United did indeed try and fight back, but ultimately fell flat on their face. They launched a targeted digital ad campaign, highlighting their fundamental misunderstanding of the situation. The ad campaign mocked Southwest's boarding systems, offering to call Southwest passengers to remind them to check in early to avoid C boarding. I get that. Not being able to sit together as a family isn't great. If you want to really ensure a good boarding position, spring for early bird check-in, or, actually board during family boarding. For the record, I've never had to pay for early bird check-in. United's point was that they are an airline that, quote, let you choose your seat in advance. Sure, but you have to pay for that, often more than early bird check-in. And it's even worse if you book basic economy, which most people do. They say they have no change fees. That's not true anymore for basic economy tickets. Southwest has never had any change fees, while United was very late and recent to the party. Lie flat seats?
What?
I mean, sure, on international business class routes, and a few transcontinental ones or random ones between hubs. But is your family of 4 going to Disney World gonna care about Polaris business class seats? The vast majority of business class seats on United aren't even lie flat. And airport lounges.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Okay, again, you can't even get into United clubs flying domestically, never mind what class you're on. So sure, they have clubs, but you'll have the pleasure of paying for an annual membership or a day pass. Funny how they didn't mention that bit. And again, the family going to Disney World doesn't care. But okay, United, you started this game, let's keep playing. United doesn't allow a carry-on on base economy tickets. Win goes to Southwest. United charges for a checked bag. Southwest lets you take 2 checked bags for free. Nobody else does that. Win goes to Southwest. And a large family going to Disney World is probably checking luggage. So by all means, United, keep drawing comparisons with Southwest. You only just added in-flight messaging to match what Southwest has had for years. If and when United actually refits their narrow bodies with in-flight entertainment, then perhaps, maybe, you'll actually have something valid to celebrate as an advantage. We landed in Orlando and taxied to the gate. We passed a brand new Avelo 737, which I'll try and review if I get the chance. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, click that button and please subscribe for many more flight reviews to come. I'll see you next time for the flight back. It was supposed to be on United, but I needed to flee a hurricane, so ended up on Frontier.